Unpacking the Jevons Paradox, how increased efficiency could lead to a 30% surge in energy consumption by 2030. Introduction. The Jevons Paradox, first articulated by the English economist William Stanley Jevons in 1865, presents a counterintuitive reality. As resource efficiency improves, total consumption of that resource can actually increase. This phenomenon is driven by the rebound effect, where lower costs associated with increased efficiency stimulate greater demand, effectively negating the intended conservation benefits. As we look toward 2030, projections suggest that energy consumption could rise by as much as 30% despite advancements in efficiency. This report delves into the origins, mechanisms, modern implications, and potential policy responses to the Jevons Paradox. Origins of the paradox. Jevons first noted this paradox in his seminal work The Coal Question, where he observed that improvements in the efficiency of steam engines led to increased coal consumption in the 19th century. As steam engines became more efficient, their use spread across industries, resulting in overall higher coal usage rather than a decline. Jevons famously concluded, "It is a confusion of ideas to suppose that the economical use of fuel is equivalent to diminished consumption." Mechanisms of the rebound effect. The rebound effect can be categorized as follows. 1. Superconservation, more savings than expected. 2. Zero rebound, savings align with expectations. 3. Partial rebound, savings are less than expected. 4. Full rebound, no net savings. 5. Backfire, increased consumption. The dynamics of the rebound effect can be understood through various scenarios. Direct effects: improved efficiency lowers the cost per unit of resource use, encouraging more consumption. For example, as cars become more fuel efficient, the cost of driving per mile decreases, leading to increased driving. Indirect effects: savings from efficiency improvements may lead consumers to spend their savings on other goods and services, indirectly increasing resource consumption. Economy-wide effects: increased efficiency can stimulate economic growth, leading to higher overall demand for energy and other resources across the economy. Modern applications of the Jevons Paradox. 1. Transportation sector. Enhancements in vehicle fuel efficiency have historically resulted in increased vehicle miles traveled. Research indicates that electric vehicle EV users benefiting from lower operating costs tend to drive significantly more than conventional car users. A study found that EV drivers travel over 370 miles further annually than their gasoline counterparts, showcasing the rebound effect in action. 2. Energy sector. The adoption of energy-efficient technologies such as LED lighting exemplifies the Jevons Paradox. While these technologies reduce the energy required per unit of lighting, their lower cost has led to greater overall energy consumption. For instance, the proliferation of outdoor lighting and holiday decorations has contributed to a rise in energy demand despite advancements in efficiency. 3. Digital technology. The surge in digital technology usage illustrates the paradox as well. Despite individual devices becoming more energy efficient, the total energy demand from data centers and smart devices has escalated. The convenience and accessibility of digital services incentivize higher energy consumption, demonstrating how efficiency improvements can lead to increased overall demand. Implications for policy and sustainability. The Jevons Paradox presents significant challenges to achieving sustainability goals. Policymakers and environmental advocates must recognize that merely improving efficiency may not be sufficient to curb energy consumption. To address the rebound effect, several strategies are proposed. 1. Awareness and education. Educating consumers about the rebound effect can foster more conscientious consumption habits. Understanding the potential pitfalls of increased efficiency may encourage individuals to adopt practices that genuinely reduce overall consumption. 2. Policy measures. Governments can implement policies that go beyond efficiency improvements to mitigate the rebound effect. Strategies may include carbon pricing. By introducing taxes on carbon emissions, policymakers can create financial disincentives for excessive consumption. Stricter energy standards. Setting ambitious energy efficiency standards for appliances and vehicles can help control consumption levels. Renewable energy adoption. Promoting renewable energy sources can offset the rebound effects associated with fossil fuel consumption. 3. Systemic changes. Transitioning to circular economies where resource use is minimized and waste is repurposed can help counteract the Jevons Paradox. Collaborative consumption models such as car sharing and co-housing can also reduce overall resource consumption. Historical context and timeline. 1865, William Stanley Jevons publishes The Coal Question introducing the paradox. 1980s, economists Kazum and Brooks independently validate Jevons' observations regarding energy efficiency. 1992, Harry Saunders names the Kazum-Brooks postulate, reinforcing the notion that efficiency improvements can lead to increased energy consumption. 2007, the UK Energy Research Centre estimates rebound effects could be significant with projections of up to 50% in developing nations. Conclusion. The Jevons Paradox underscores the intricate relationship between efficiency and consumption. As we approach 2030, the potential for a 30% increase in energy consumption highlights the need for comprehensive policies and societal changes that discourage excessive consumption. While improving efficiency is crucial for sustainability, it must be coupled with measures that address the behavioral and systemic factors influencing resource use. Only through a holistic approach can we navigate the complexities of resource depletion and climate change, ultimately striving for a more sustainable future. The Jevons Paradox, articulated by William Stanley Jevons in 1865, presents a counterintuitive concept. Improvements in resource efficiency can lead to an increase in overall consumption of that resource instead of the anticipated decrease. This paradox is particularly observed in energy consumption, where advancements in efficiency often result in reduced costs that encourage higher demand, thus negating the expected conservation benefits. Key concepts of the Jevons Paradox. 1. Origins and historical context. Jevons noted that as steam engines became more efficient, coal consumption in industries actually increased. This historical observation laid the groundwork for what is now known as the rebound effect, whereby efficiency gains lower the cost of resource use, prompting higher overall demand. 2. Rebound effects. The rebound effect is categorized into several types. Super conservation, more savings than expected. Zero rebound, savings align with expectations. Partial rebound, savings are less than expected. Full rebound, no net savings. Backfire, increased consumption beyond initial levels. 3. Instances in modern contexts. Transportation, improved fuel efficiency leads to lower costs per mile, encouraging more driving. Electric vehicle users tend to drive further due to lower operating costs compared to conventional cars. Energy sector, adoption of energy-efficient technologies such as LED lighting has not resulted in reduced overall energy consumption. Instead, the lower costs have increased usage. Digital technology, despite advancements in energy efficiency and computing, the overall demand for energy has surged due to the explosion of devices and data centers. Implications for policy and sustainability. The paradox challenges the assumption that efficiency alone can lead to sustainability. Policymakers must consider the following strategies. Awareness and education. Consumers should be educated about potential rebound effects to encourage mindful consumption. Regulatory measures. Implementing carbon pricing and stricter energy standards can help counteract rebound effects by maintaining or increasing the cost of energy use. Systemic changes. Transitioning towards circular economies and collaborative consumption models can mitigate the paradox's impact. Diverging perspectives on the paradox. Different sources provide varying emphases on the Jevons Paradox. Source 1 focuses on practical examples and holistic approaches to addressing the paradox. Source 2 dives deeper into the theoretical discourse surrounding the magnitude of rebound effects and historical validations of Jevons' observations. Source 3 contextualizes the paradox within broader economic theories and historical perspectives. Historical timeline. 1865, Jevons publishes The Coal Question. Introducing the paradox. 1980s, economists Kazum and Brooks reaffirmed Jevons' observations about energy efficiency. 1992, Harry Saunders coins the Kazum-Brooks postulate, reinforcing the idea that efficiency improvements can lead to greater energy consumption. 2007, the UK Energy Research Centre estimates significant rebound effects in developed and developing nations. Conclusion. The Jevons paradox illustrates the complex relationship between efficiency and consumption. While efficiency improvements are vital for sustainability, they must be coupled with policies and societal changes that deter increased consumption. Awareness and regulation are essential to ensuring that advancements in efficiency contribute to genuine environmental benefits rather than leading to unintended increases in overall resource use. The Jevons paradox presents a complex and often overlooked reality in the pursuit of energy efficiency and sustainability. While many policymakers and industries focus on enhancing efficiency as a primary method to reduce energy consumption and environmental impact, the paradox suggests that such efforts may inadvertently lead to increased overall consumption. This counterintuitive effect, primarily fueled by the rebound effect, is critical to understanding the broader implications of energy policy and resource management. Important content overlooked. 1. Rebound effect categories. The various categories of the rebound effect are crucial for understanding the nuances of the Jevons paradox. Although many discussions may focus on the general notion of increased consumption, it is significant to differentiate between types of rebounds, such as superconservation, zero rebound, partial rebound, full rebound, and backfire. This differentiation matters because it can guide more tailored policy interventions. For instance, recognizing that certain energy efficiency improvements might lead to a full rebound can prompt more stringent regulations or educational campaigns to mitigate such outcomes. Failing to recognize these distinctions can lead to overly simplistic policy prescriptions that do not address the underlying complexities of consumer behavior. 2. Historical context and evolution. The historical context surrounding the emergence of the Jevons paradox is often underappreciated. Jevons' original observations about steam engines and coal consumption in the 19th century provide a powerful framework for understanding modern energy challenges. The acknowledgement that this paradox has been present for over a century reinforces the idea that the relationship between efficiency and consumption is not a new phenomenon, urging a reconsideration of how society approaches technological advancements. This historical perspective is essential for learning from past mistakes, particularly in the context of transitioning to renewable energy sources and the policies that accompany such shifts. 3. Broader economic implications. The Jevons paradox transcends energy consumption and delves into broader economic implications. The relationship between efficiency, economic growth, and resource use is a significant point that often gets lost in discussions focused solely on environmental sustainability. Increased efficiency can lead to lower operating costs, which often results in higher disposable incomes and increased spending on goods and services that require energy. This cascading effect demonstrates that economic growth spurred by technological advancements can lead to higher resource consumption overall. Recognizing this interplay is crucial for developing holistic economic models that incorporate sustainability and resource conservation. 4. Systemic changes and circular economies. The discussion around systemic changes and the transition towards circular economies is often minimal. The Jevons paradox highlights the need for a broader systemic approach that includes not only efficiency improvements but also behavioral and structural changes in consumption patterns. Circular economies aim to minimize waste and make the most of resources, which could be a potentially powerful countermeasure to the rebound effect. Policies that encourage shared consumption and resource recovery may help mitigate the paradox's impact, yet these solutions are frequently sidelined in favor of more immediate efficiency gains. Acknowledging the importance of systemic changes is vital for crafting long-term sustainability strategies. 5. Consumer awareness and behavior. While many reports touch upon consumer behavior, the emphasis on raising awareness about the Jevons Paradox specifically is often understated. Consumer education about the potential for rebound effects could lead to more conscious consumption habits. The significance of consumer behavior cannot be overstated. Individuals often do not make the connection between increased efficiency and potential increases in consumption. Strategies to promote awareness could empower consumers to make decisions that align more closely with sustainability goals, ultimately contributing to reduced overall resource consumption. 6. Global disparities in rebound effects. The impact of the Jevons Paradox is not uniform across different economies. The differentiation between developed and developing countries in terms of rebound effects is a critical insight that is sometimes overlooked. In developing nations where energy use is typically lower, improvements in efficiency can lead to significantly larger increases in consumption as access to energy becomes more widespread. This global perspective emphasizes the need for tailored policies that consider local contexts rather than applying a one-size-fits-all approach to energy efficiency initiatives. Understanding these disparities is essential for global cooperation on energy policies and sustainability efforts. Significance of the overlooked content. The overlooked aspects of the Jevons Paradox have profound implications for how society approaches sustainability. Recognizing the complexity of the relationship between efficiency and consumption can lead to more effective policies that genuinely address environmental concerns rather than merely postponing them. 1. Policy formulation. A nuanced understanding of rebound effects can guide policymakers in crafting regulations that mitigate the potential increases in consumption that follow efficiency gains. For instance, implementing carbon pricing or stricter energy standards can help ensure that the benefits of efficiency improvements are realized in terms of actual consumption reduction. 2. Consumer engagement. Raising awareness among consumers about the potential pitfalls of energy efficiency can promote more responsible consumption patterns, leading to actual reductions in resource use. This engagement can foster a culture of sustainability where individuals are better informed about the consequences of their choices. 3. Economic resilience. By acknowledging the broader economic implications of the Jevons Paradox, stakeholders can work towards creating resilient economic models that prioritize sustainability. Integrating sustainability into economic growth strategies can help balance the pursuit of efficiency with responsible resource management. 4. Global cooperation. Understanding the disparities in rebound effects across different regions can foster global cooperation in addressing energy challenges. Tailoring approaches to local contexts can enhance the effectiveness of international sustainability efforts and ensure that all nations contribute to global conservation goals. In conclusion, unpacking the Jevons Paradox reveals layers of complexity that are critical to the discourse on energy efficiency and sustainability. By emphasizing often overlooked aspects such as the various rebound effect categories, historical context, economic implications, systemic changes, consumer awareness, and global disparities, stakeholders can develop more robust and effective strategies to navigate the challenges of resource consumption and environmental stewardship. The paradox serves as a reminder that efficiency alone is insufficient. A comprehensive approach is necessary to achieve genuine sustainability in an increasingly resource-dependent world. 1. Understanding the mechanism of Jevons Paradox. The Jevons Paradox illustrates how improvements in efficiency can lead to increased overall consumption of resources instead of conservation. This occurs because enhanced efficiency reduces the cost of resource use, making it more attractive for consumers and industries to utilize that resource. The paradox is fundamentally tied to the rebound effect, which can manifest in various forms, including partial rebound, where savings are less than expected, or even backfire, where consumption increases. Recognizing these mechanisms is crucial for comprehending why efficiency improvements don't always yield the desired environmental benefits. 2. Real-world implications in various sectors. The paradox has significant implications across multiple sectors, particularly in transportation and energy consumption. In transportation, for instance, improvements in vehicle fuel efficiency often lead to increased driving distances as the cost per mile decreases. Similarly, in the energy sector, the adoption of energy-efficient technologies like LED bulbs has not led to significant reductions in energy consumption. Instead, the lower cost has encouraged more extensive use. These examples underscore the need for a nuanced understanding of how efficiency interacts with consumer behavior and demand. 3. Policy recommendations to mitigate rebound effects. The Jevons Paradox suggests that improvements in efficiency alone may not suffice to achieve sustainability goals. Policymakers must implement complementary strategies to counteract rebound effects. Proposed measures include raising consumer awareness about the potential for increased consumption following efficiency gains, introducing carbon pricing, and enforcing stricter energy standards. Moreover, systemic changes such as promoting circular economies and collaborative consumption models can help ensure that efficiency improvements contribute to resource conservation rather than increased overall consumption. For a debate on the magnitude of rebound effects, there exists considerable debate among economists regarding the magnitude of rebound effects associated with efficiency gains. Some studies indicate that rebound effects can be significant, particularly in developing countries, where the elasticity of demand is higher. For example, a UK Energy Research Centre report suggested rebound effects could be around 10% in developed nations and up to 50% or more in developing ones. This variability highlights the complexity of the issue and the need for tailored approaches based on regional economic conditions and consumer behaviors. Understanding this debate is essential for developing effective energy policies and sustainability strategies. 1. The Industrial Revolution and coal consumption. The classic case of the Jevons Paradox originates from the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century, when advancements in steam engine technology significantly increased coal efficiency. William Stanley Jevons observed that as steam engines became more efficient, their use in various industries proliferated, leading to a dramatic increase in overall coal consumption. This historical example highlights how improvements in efficiency can lead to greater utilization of resources, thereby increasing total consumption rather than reducing it. 2. The rebound effect in transportation. A notable contemporary example of the Jevons Paradox can be seen in the transportation sector. When vehicles become more fuel efficient, the cost per mile decreases, incentivizing individuals to drive more. Research indicates that after the introduction of more fuel-efficient cars, people tended to drive longer distances, leading to an overall increase in fuel consumption despite the individual fuel savings per trip. This phenomenon underscores the complexity of efficiency improvements and their impact on resource consumption. 3. Energy efficiency in household appliances. The introduction of energy-efficient appliances such as refrigerators and air conditioners provides another illustration of the Jevons Paradox. Although these appliances use less energy, the reduced operational costs often lead consumers to use them more frequently or to purchase additional units. For instance, the widespread adoption of efficient air conditioning systems has resulted in increased overall energy demand, particularly in warmer climates where more households can afford to install cooling systems. This trend reflects how efficiency gains can paradoxically lead to higher overall energy consumption. Future outlook: predictions on the Jevons Paradox and energy consumption by 2030. The Jevons Paradox, which suggests that improvements in energy efficiency can lead to increased overall consumption of energy, is poised to play a significant role in shaping energy consumption trends by 2030. As the world grapples with climate change and energy demands escalate, understanding the implications of this paradox becomes critical. Based on current trends and technological advancements, we can make several predictions about energy consumption in the coming years. 1. Increased energy consumption by 2030. It is anticipated that global energy consumption will rise by approximately 30% by 2030. Driven largely by the rebound effects associated with enhanced energy efficiency. As technologies become more efficient, the costs associated with energy use decrease, encouraging greater consumption across various sectors. This trend may be particularly pronounced in developing nations where the adoption of energy-efficient technologies is expected to lead to significant increases in overall energy demand as access to energy becomes more affordable. 2. Transportation sector dynamics. The transportation sector, historically a major contributor to energy consumption, will likely continue to experience heightened demand due to improved fuel efficiency. As electric vehicles (EVs) become more prevalent and charge costs drop, consumers may increase their driving frequency and distance, exacerbating the rebound effect. Predictions suggest that the average distance traveled by EV users could exceed that of conventional vehicle users by more than 370 miles annually, further contributing to a rise in energy consumption. 3. Proliferation of digital technologies. The rapid growth of digital technologies and the Internet will also play a pivotal role in energy consumption patterns. While individual devices become more energy efficient, the aggregate demand for energy may skyrocket due to the increasing number of devices, data centers, and cloud computing services. The efficiency gains in computing power are expected to foster greater usage, leading to a scenario where overall energy demand continues to rise despite individual device efficiencies. 4. Policy implications and responses. Recognizing the limitations of relying solely on efficiency improvements, policymakers will need to implement comprehensive strategies to mitigate the rebound effects. This may include carbon pricing, stricter emissions standards, and incentives for sustainable behaviors that go beyond mere efficiency. Policies that promote renewable energy sources and penalize excessive consumption will become more critical in curbing the adverse effects of the Jevons Paradox. 5. Shift toward circular economies. By 2030, we may witness a shift towards circular economies where resource efficiency is coupled with sustainable consumption patterns. This systemic change, driven by consumer awareness and policy support, could help mitigate the rebound effects of efficiency improvements. Collaborative consumption models such as car sharing and energy co-ops may gain traction, allowing for reduced overall demand even as individual efficiencies improve. 6. Technological innovations and sustainability. Innovation will be key in addressing the challenges posed by the Jevons Paradox. Emerging technologies that enhance energy efficiency while simultaneously addressing consumption will likely be prioritized. For instance, advancements in smart grid technologies and energy management systems may help optimize energy use in real time, potentially counteracting some of the rebound effects. 7. Public awareness and education. As consumers become more aware of the Jevons Paradox and its implications, there may be a cultural shift towards more conscious consumption. Educational initiatives aimed at promoting sustainable practices and understanding the complexities of energy use will be essential in shaping future consumption behaviors. This awareness could lead to a more balanced approach where efficiency gains are complemented by deliberate efforts to limit overall consumption. Conclusion. The Jevons Paradox presents a complex challenge as we move towards 2030. While improvements in energy efficiency are crucial for sustainable development, they alone may not suffice to reduce overall energy consumption. Instead, a multifaceted approach that combines efficiency with strategic policy interventions, public awareness, and systemic changes will be necessary to navigate the anticipated surge in energy demand. Addressing the paradox effectively will be pivotal in achieving long-term sustainability and mitigating the impacts of climate change.